Yeah, off we go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Good morning. We've had a few technical issues this morning, so we are recording this day one of our masterclass, Reclaim Your Life. I'd like to say welcome to my dearest friends, Julie and Stephanie. And we are just going to have a little chat with you. We do a Friday night meeting. Every Friday night, we have a team call. We like to have a laugh. We like to have a giggle. We are very positive and upbeat. That's not to say that life can't be hard for
No.
us. All three of us have actually had very difficult couple of weeks to deal with. But we don't let that stop us. And that's the thing about this business. Our team is there to support each other. And that's what I am so proud about us doing. So I'd like to just sort of give you a quick rundown of what we're going to be doing. Our masterclass is for women that are looking to change their life in some form or other. And today we're going to be looking more at the emotional side of what we do in this business and what's brought us to this business and how it's changed us. And tomorrow's masterclass will be with a slides that we're going to be able to show you. It's going to be more about the nitty gritty, the strategy side of the business and what is involved. So today we're going to share with you different things. We're going to ask each other a couple of questions. Please feel free to take part in the meeting. I'm sorry, somebody's just about to come to the door. My dog is going to bark. I do apologise. I'm
Life.
just going to ignore it. There's nothing I can do. So we're going to just talk about things that are meaningful to us in life at the moment and have been since we started this business. So I'm going to ask the first question. And as I say, please feel free to ask questions in the comments. We will come back to you. I know this is recorded now. We were hoping to, actually involve ourselves with you live, but we're going to come back to you for any questions that you have. And as I say, tomorrow we will be here live and we will be going live with you. So the first thing I want to ask, and I'm going to direct this at Julie first. So
Yeah.
when you were growing up, Julie,
Yeah.
did your parents instill in you any particular beliefs about money? Were there any little sayings or anything that you actually grew up with?
They installed into me that I had to work hard, and that if I wanted something, I had to work really, really hard for it. So they weren't just going to provide stuff for me. So that's the philosophy that I've been brought up with. If you work hard, that's what you'll be able to survive like that.
Mm.
But
And
I think, as you get older, you realize you can't, perhaps you haven't got the physical energy and to do all that. So that's what I found a little bit by joining this business. I couldn't really carry on, although I loved what I was doing. And I still do love what I'm doing. I realized I had to cut that back down a bit because of physically the driving I was doing was just exhausting me. So I had to find something else, a different way.
so when having worked hard all your life, did that get you to where you wanted to be? Apologies about the dog. Luna.
It it did to a certain extent, but there was something missing because I didn't have the freedom of choice. I had to keep on and on and on working. Um, and you just can't keep doing that. Do you know what I mean? And I was finding with the cost of everything going up that it was just becoming nigh on impossible to work any more hours in the day. And that
Mm.
was becoming making me physically and emotionally ill,
Mm.
really.
Mm.
And I wasn't having any time to have pleasure. I
No.
wanted to have more freedom to
Mm.
enjoy my horses. I was earning money, but only enough to make ends meet. And I couldn't work any harder to make any more. So I had to find something else.
And there are only so many hours in the day, aren't there?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can only work so hard. What about you, Stephanie? Did were you brought up with any particular beliefs around money?
Oh gosh, absolutely. I'm one of four girls, and I specifically remember when we were younger, my mum used to put pocket money on the windowsill, and we had to work for our pocket money.
Mm.
And I whether it was washing up, drying up, walking the dogs, doesn't matter. So we were given a good ethic when we were younger about working for what we wanted. And if we wanted something, we had to work towards it.
Mm.
But I also remember my mum and dad not necessarily arguing, but my dad would say, and my mum would return, like, well, you know, I gave you £1.25 the other week. I need that back. And it was tiny little amounts of money. And I still remember that. And I used to think, why are they nitpicking over these little bits of money, which is probably why I've grown up with an attitude of giving. Because rather than say, well, you owe me this and you owe me that, I would rather now say to people, well, I'd rather give it to you. Keep it, it's fine, don't worry. But I do specifically remember them, you know, the holidays that we had were restricted, caravan holidays. And my friends were flying off to, I think it was Barbados and Mallorca back in the 70s. So I do remember that. And I do remember always wishing I could have a better life, you know, and it's exactly the same with my husband, Nick. He's one of 6. And the conversations we have are very, very similar, you know, and it's not particularly just because of just our lifestyle and how we were brought up, because there were other people quite affluent at the time when we were younger. It's just that we do remember our parents just trying to make ends meet all the time. And when the electric man came round and he undid the electricity and counted the money, you know, my mum would be like, oh, thank goodness, because she got a bit of a rebate back, and the chap would walk off with his money full of cash from the electricity machine. So yeah, it's definitely, and I think that's why I have my attitude that I have now, that don't limit life. Don't limit yourself. You know, money is for everybody. And there's oodles of it out there, oodles of money out there.
I know for me, I always found that my parents were both ill when I was a child. My brother and I. There was only my brother and I, but when my parents were both poorly, so we never had a lot of money coming in. And I remember one of the sayings was, "Money doesn't grow on trees."
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I remember that. Yes. Yeah. Well, we're so brought up, aren't we, that money is everything. And it's not just about money. And that's one of the things that I've learned from joining this business. Yes, I want to improve my income in an easier way with not so much physical exhaustion. But from joining this business, I've learned that it's more about support as well, and having that support within the business, so you never feel alone. I don't know, what do you think about that, Elaine, when you came into this business? What did you?
Well, for me, I mean, I was heavily in debt, heavily in debt. I'd had a quite serious bout of depression, and my answer to depression was order from Amazon. In fact, we were competing with the people across the road who obviously had more money, as to where the Amazon van. There's an Amazon van. Which house is it going to? It was quite entertaining, but on the other hand, it left me with this massive debt. And I thought that's what this business was going to be all about for me. I come from a very working class, UK family. Dad was a foundry worker when he could work. Mum was a cleaner, and various other little bits of jobs, home helps, looking after people, carer, that sort of thing. We've never had anything, as I've already said, we never had any spare money or anything. And I thought that's what this business was all about for me. But like you say, Julie, once I joined and realised the support of the community and how philanthropic this business as a whole actually is, it changes your attitude, not
Very
only
much.
to your life in general, but towards money. And you start seeing things. I don't know about you, but I doubt, we think of money comes with ease and flow. It goes as easily with ease and flow. We know, it comes in, it's almost straight out again. But having that gratitude for that little bit coming in, although it's then spent out onto something else, just having that sort of bit of gratitude has changed the way I feel about everything. If I get a bit of a discount, I think, that's a form of money coming into your pocket. It's not physically going in there, but it is a saving to you. And the feeling of gratitude that I now have for things like that has made me much more aware of how money is and around us as a whole.
Yeah.
So it's a really interesting subject. So thinking about perhaps money, thinking about things in general. Stephanie, I'm going to direct this one at you first. What do you see? How do you see this business changing your life in, say, three years or 5 years time from now? How is it you want your life changed? You know, either that be monetary or, you know, in any other way.
Well, as both of you have quite openly shared, being part of this business absolutely changes our attitude, changes everything towards being grateful and having a wonderful gratitude attitude. It's wonderful. Wake up in the morning and be grateful that we're alive today, and wake up in the morning and that we're grateful for this and grateful for that. And that really gives you a spark to set the day off. And I'll come back to what you just asked me, Elaine, but my thought was, talking about money, often, again, people would say, well, the love of money is the root to all evil. No way, absolutely no way. I totally disagree with that. And as a Christian, I believe that we should have a life of abundance, not neglect. We should be having a happy life, this one chance that we get, that we should be having joy. We should be having excess and oodles of money to be able to give back to society, to give back to charities. And that's what I would foresee in my future. You know, I've got 4 children and 5 grandchildren, and I want to give them a life of abundance. You know, the business in 5 years' time will be giving me the funds to give to my children. And as we go along in the business, there gets to a point where we can have a legacy income that we leave to our family when we're heavenside. That's just truly amazing. So yeah, in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, I see that I'm able to help other ladies who've come behind me, help them, assist them, help them develop their finances, help them develop their attitude to life, help them develop their attitudes towards giving more, because we all get into a little sump where what we've got is ours and we don't want to let go of it. But actually, the more you've got, the more you want to give out, don't you? I really truly believe that the more we have, the more we've got available to give, whether that's joy, whether that's a smile, or whether that's finances. And I think this business covers all of that. It covers it all, because I've gone through some amazing changes since I started the business. I really have. And with the support, with the community, with the teaching, with all of it, with the friendships that we have, it's just not singularly creating money. It's actually helping me become a much better person.
More rounded, isn't it? I think that's what it gives us.
That's right.
What about you, Julie? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for, well, I mean, what I found talking to people in general is that there's a taboo about talking about money. People do think that people with money are greedy, fat, and so do you know what I mean? They're just greedy and money grabbing. But you know, if you look at some of the entertainers, for example, like George Michael, he did so much with his money for charity, but he didn't blaspheme off about it. So you just don't hear about what the good that money can do for the community. And I know our TFE platform, they give a lot to charity, and that's what, you know, that I like, and that's what I want to do. I want to earn more money so that I have more time to be able to spend time with my friends that perhaps need me to, you know, do something for them or give them a bit of comfort through a stressful time. But you know, yeah, that's what I want. I want more free time, and that to me is having money. And you know, really, we do need money.
Yes.
People say, "Oh, I don't need money," but you do need money. I'm sorry, but the blatant truth is we need money. So it's finding a way to make it. And if you can make it in an environment where you're supported by like-minded people that have had similar experiences, which makes you drawn to them and trust them, then that's what is the biggest boost for me. I love the community because we're all so similar for what we've been through and what we're trying to create to help each other and the community, but also the environment and the planet with the wonderful products that we have. So that's why I want to make more money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's the thread, isn't it? All the way through our community, the thread is the giving.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody saw the news yesterday. There was I very rarely watch the news, but because I'm spending a lot of time with mum at the moment, she likes to watch the news. And there was a hospice, a children's hospice in Liverpool, and it had something like 24 hours left to raise another £300,000 to keep going, to survive, basically. And I think they'd raised something like 6 million or something like that just to keep them going. And they were saying the amount of Premier League footballers that have donated vast sums of money, but we don't generally hear about it.
No.
You know, I know someone like Cristiano Ronaldo, whether you're a football fan or not, they earn millions, and some of us might begrudge that, but they also give millions. And surely it's the people that are giving that should and want to give that should have more money. You know, that's just the way it should be. I'm sure that's how humans were developed to be.
Yes, to help one another.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we are a one community.
Yeah, it's something though that we've lost because we've all been pressurized into the traditional way of working, and with the cost of everything going up. I mean, I know that one of the biggest questions on Google is how can people make more money? That's one of the most asked questions because people are desperate. You've got mum and dad both working, they have little time for their kids, and you know, it's that traditional feeling if you've got to work, and it's so installed in people's minds. I that's why I'm, you know, keen on, as we all are, on promoting the new era of working online. It's not what people think it is. It's up and coming for the future, and you need to get on board now because it's going to just go
through the roof.
Yes,
our training platform is that you're taken through everything from knowing nothing. You're taken through everything to be able to develop that ability.
And I think that's one of our problems, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen of our age, we feel that we've been left behind with technology. But the younger people, it's already there. They already know. They're already a step ahead of us. They already know that working online is the way forward. They're already way ahead of us. And it's our skepticism and our lack of knowledge that holds us back. But, you know, we're here to say to everybody that the teaching is available. If we can do it, so can you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've had a headache with technology, and I know some of the people within our group didn't even know how to tag anybody, but it literally everything is provided for you in this training platform, taking you right from the beginning through to being able to make a successful business out of it. And you're not on your own because you've got your 24/7 support.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So just you know, sticking with, because we're going to look at the platform in a lot more detail tomorrow. So, you know, when you join us tomorrow for day 2 of the masterclass, it's going to be a lot about the strategy. We're going to look at the platform and everything like that. But thinking more of, you know, our mindset and that sort of thing, the three of us, as I said earlier, have had very difficult, you know, 2 or 3 weeks. It's been a struggle, but how have you each maintained motivation? Julie, I'll go to you first. How have you maintained motivation despite life, which does happen to all of us?
Yeah, I think back to my husband. That's what keeps me motivated, because one of our products is water, and he was passionate about it. And yeah, I mean, nothing comes easy. You do have to put in work to reap what you sow. But that's what keeps me going, because he was passionate about water, and it's a gut feeling that I just know that this is right. And
should always follow your gut. Go with your instinct. Go with your instincts.
Yeah, and I thought, oh God, no, I can't do this. But then something has made me kickstart into gear. I mean, I am quite spiritual. I do believe that you're guided, and yeah.
And here you are doing it.
here I am
Successfully,
doing
I might add.
and there's
Very
things that I've
successfully.
done that I've thought, it's sometimes you think, oh, I don't want to go to the gym, I can't be bothered.
Ooh,
Oh,
who
God,
does?
on when you do it, and then when you've done it, you think, I did it, I feel fantastic, I've done that. And so that's why you sometimes you just need to get off your backside and just go for it, and see what happens. That's life. We've only got one life. I don't want to look back on my life and think, what if? And that's the other thing that keeps me going. I'm not going to look back and think they're really successful. Why I didn't stick with it. I'm going to stick with it, and I'm very determined.
Yeah.
Prepared to support other people that want to be coachable and trainable to achieve.
What about you, Stephanie? What keeps you motivated in the tough times?
I truly believe this is the answer. I absolutely, truly believe this is the answer. And what we're going to cover tomorrow, we'll talk about the products, but I truly value the products greatly. I love them. I want everybody to have them in their home. And seeing people that have succeeded before me as well, they can do it. They're our age. They can do it. They've succeeded. They've got money freedom, time freedom, all the wonderful things that we want as we go into retirement. They've got all that. So I know that if we follow the steps, we can do it too. And for my motivation, it is my only way out. It is the only one I've got. It's the only one. It is my one and only way out. There's nothing else that will get, at my age, who's going to employ me anyway?
Who wants to be employed anymore?
Well, there's another one I was going to say. I don't actually want to be restricted by everybody's, you're only worth £9 an hour, you're only worth £11 an hour, and they put a cap on your income.
Is that,
It is, isn't it?
Demoralising.
Yeah. That also takes my freedom away. So if I want to go out and see my horses, I can't because I'm somewhere else working. Thank you very much. And I've done all that. I don't want to do it again. I don't want to be told what to do by somebody else. So yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. It is the only vessel for me. This one and only business. It is there, and it's proved itself to me as well. In the time that I've been here, and I've met some wonderful people. And it is the one and only way forward for me to be able to live my dreams. And just to give back to like my family, to be able to have those lovely holidays, to be able to pay the vet bills when the vet comes to see the horses, just having that money in their bank account. It's basically it's priceless, and that's what we're talking about, isn't it? Money.
Yeah, absolutely.
There is one 80-year-old woman, apparently, that this was a few months ago. I heard somebody was in the business and they brought in their 80-year-old mum. And I think, crikey, if an 80-year-old person can do it, well, I can too.
Yes, so, yeah.
I mean, we've had technical, or I, because I'm supposed to be hosting it, we've had technical problems this morning. We've got round it. We're recording. We're going to feed this into the group. People are still going to be able to see it. It's not quite what we wanted, the way we wanted it, but we've done it. The three of us, despite our limitations with technology, have more than others that we know. I mean, I'm thinking of Fran, bless her. She had one of those Nokia phones. That's all she had when she started this business. I think it's about 4 years she's been in it now. She's now one of the top leaders in the business. And all she had was a Nokia phone. She had no idea about anything. She just used her phone to make phone calls. Couldn't even text. And it's the support. She's had a lovely young lady called Ashley who joined by her side and has supported her, and they work together. And it's the thing of collaboration. There is no competition in this community.
Nothing, no.
Absolutely none whatsoever.
You're not on your own. I mean, I know when I started out my business, you've got to invest time and you've got to invest your money, and you're on your own. But with this, you're not on your own. It's not like starting your own business. You are, but you've got the community support.
Yeah, and it's also you get celebrated along the way. How amazing is that? I mean, we always say to our children or our horses, "Oh, you're wonderful, well done." But whoever says that to you, but you get celebrated for all the little wins, which is so supportive. And your boss isn't going to walk in the office in the morning and say, "Congratulations, everyone! Thank you for turning up today. I know it's Monday. We've got the whole week ahead of us. I really appreciate you being here." I don't think so. You might get one boss that might do that, but not many. And they're certainly not going to keep the momentum of praising you for turning up to work for them so they earn more money off your back. That's not going to happen.
40 years in the office, and I never once had anybody say thank you for turning up.
Really?
Not once.
Yeah. Yeah.
Final question, because I'm just keeping my eye on the time, ladies. Now, I would like to know the one thing that has been a big influence on your life since starting this business. I'm going to ask Julie this one first. What has been a big influence, or what was a big influence on you when you were looking into this business?
The influence, oh crikey, you got me to start there. Well, it was because it was the book The Magic. I remember it was The Magic. Yes, that was it, Elaine, because I think I was scrolling through social media because at the time I was living on off the kitchen table and chairs, not the garden table and chairs, because I had to sell everything in my house because of this huge equity mortgage that I had to pay back. And it was yourself in the book The Magic, and you were doing a little thing every day of a chapter of the book of the Magic. And I just loved it. And I had the book The Magic, so I got it out and I followed, and it gave me so much positivity. And yeah, I mean, it really gave me a lot of comfort in a time that was extremely difficult with the grief of the loss of my husband and having to sell my beautiful house. So it gave me inspiration and it gave me hope, and it probably saved me, to be honest with you, because it was a horrid time.
Yeah. What about you, Stephanie?
Yeah, we've all gone through some horrid times, haven't we?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I went through a really gut-wrenching divorce that I didn't want, which was horrendous for my children and myself. And, you know, when you're in a very low place, it can be very dark and very lonely. But again, I just noticed ticking through Facebook that somebody I knew seemed to be changing, and her change was progressive. And then to me, it was quite obvious that she's found happiness somewhere. So I sort of reached out to her and I said, what's happened to you? You're just different. And she explained, obviously. And then she sent me the magic book, which I started, which is a 28 days of gratitude. And the attitude is gratitude, as we said earlier, which is fab. I love the book. And it's only 28 days, and it doesn't take long every day to sit there and read through. And it does change our attitude. And in every negativity, there's always an opposite positive. So it's changing our mindset to be positive about all the little hiccups there. Well, like we said, we've all had bad weeks the last week or two. You know, life gets in the way, stresses, strains, and all those things. But even now I sit at the table and sort of sprinkle magic dust over my dinner. I just do that. No one knows what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, invisible salt, guys.
That's it. It does make you very, very grateful for everything that you've had in the past, everything that you have now, and everything that you're going to have in the future.
Yeah, because it really makes you think.
It does. It does.
Life's so busy that we're running like a mouse on a wheel, and with no time. But that book makes you stop and think about the things that people provide, and it does make you very grateful.
It does, yeah.
So this is the book. It's called The Magic. It's by Rhonda Byrne, and it's part of a series, but this is the one that is a 28-day gratitude practice. And I love this book, and I've gone through it. I think, well, you'll see. I mean, it's all dog-eared. Look, my copy, you can see that I've got highlighted bits all the way through. As I say, it's getting very dog-eared now. I've got post-it notes, look, and highlights. I love this book, and I usually go through this book live on Facebook once a year. Haven't actually done it in 2024. It's been a busy year. Haven't actually done it. But what we are offering to you who are watching, if you make a comment on this recorded masterclass today, we will send you the PDF copy of The Magic if you so wish to have it. Please do ask. If you'd like to have a copy of The Magic, we can send you the PDF copy. You know, it might not be the same. It won't be dog-eared like my copy. It'll be a nice, you know, PDF copy. You can print it out if you wish, so you've got something to read through. what we will also be doing, if you decide to join us after tomorrow's masterclass, when we've gone through all the strategy that we use in the business, and we really hope that you do, we can't wait to welcome you. We will be offering a mentorship that starts on the 25th of November, where we will be helping you launch your business. We'll be doing a 4-week mentorship, and we will be going through the magic with you. That will be part of the mentorship to help change your attitude like ours. I mean, there's 3 of us here, and this book is partly responsible for the way that we now view life.
Yes.
And it helps you get through those difficult times, and we'll be willing to help you change your attitude to get through your difficult times as well, because there will be some, we can't rule them out for you. Unfortunately, life is life, but it's how you deal with those times and those situations that makes a difference.
Yes. Yeah.
So thank you, ladies. We've had
our pleasure.
We enjoyed it. It's great.
It's been like that. We do this every Friday night. Anybody watching, we do our team call on a Friday night. There's a lot more of us on a Friday night, but we do this. We have fun, we enjoy it. That's what life should be. We all look forward to a Friday night. Sometimes we have a little sometimes it's just a glass of water or a cup of tea, but last Friday of the month we usually have a little something, or I do. I'm a bad influence.
Baileys, she's the Baileys babe.
Once a month I have a glass of Baileys, and we'd love to join you. We'd love you to join us and come and celebrate life with us, because that's what life should be. That's what life should be, a celebration. We are so blessed to be here, and I'm so grateful for Stephanie and Julie for having a great conversation this morning. I hope you've all enjoyed it, and we shall see you tomorrow, 10 o'clock live. Everything's wrong, live at 10 o'clock tomorrow, to go through the business and the strategy and how we are making our income online these days. So thank you ever so much, everybody.
Thank you.
We will see you tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Bye.
Tomorrow.
Bye.